derivatives market. Has anybody ever heard of the oil derivatives market? It is the most heavily traded commodity in the world. It trades in the trillions of dollars. So can we agree that that's pretty substantial?
Yeah.
Well, the oil derivatives market began in the early to mid 90s because the CEO of North American Power saw something before anyone else. And he had a big part in the creation and development and the evolution of the oil derivatives market. Who would agree that's a pretty special individual?
Yeah.
To give you an idea of how special he is, not only was he there ground floor and saw it before anybody else, he had no competition trading in oil derivatives for 2 years. Who would agree that's a substantial head start? People go, what's he doing over there? I don't know, leave him alone. So he's trading in the beginning stages for 2 years with no competition. When he sold his company in 2005, his company was still the largest broker of oil derivatives in the world. Who would agree that not only did he have a head start, but he managed to capitalize on the head start? That's the individual who happens to be the CEO and the founder of North American Power. So does he qualify as an individual that can see stuff before anybody else?
Yes.
Okay, well, he starts North American Power and he's participating in energy deregulation. And he realizes there's just one tiny little problem with that. Half of the country, more than half of the country, is not deregulated, and we don't know when it will be. So being the visionary and the entrepreneur, he said there's an awful lot of people around the country that would love to be participating and profiting from energy deregulation, but they can't because of simple geography. They live in a state that has not yet deregulated. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But the visionary who sees stuff before anybody else notices that there's one segment of energy that has nothing to do with deregulation. It's the renewable energy component. The reason why I bring that up is who in this room, and if you're watching on the DVD, has been hearing a little buzz about renewable energy in the last 12 to 24 months? Does anyone think it might be a major part of the election next year?
Yes.
They're saying, it's not me, but the experts are saying that energy deregulation is going to be possibly the industry that saves our country.
Wow.
Since we don't produce a whole lot of stuff in this country anymore, we outsource everything. The renewable energy component, the renewable energy market, could quite frankly be the savior for our country. Now, if that's the case, how many of you would like to be at the forefront of the only home-based business out there, period, right now? We have no competition that is marketing in all 50 states renewable energy.
Wow.
If you're not sure, again, of the timing, who has heard the term venture capitalist before? Venture capitalists have a lot of money. Now, I don't know about you, but from what I understand, you have to have, $5, $8, $10 million that you can just toss into some VC fund that you're not going to be asking anybody, hey, how's it doing? What's going on with our money? They don't want to hear from you for the next 2-3 years because they're going to take all that money, they're going to invest it, and they're going to turn a huge profit, and you're going to get a nice return on your investment, right? Isn't that how a VC fund works?
Yeah.
How many of you qualify to throw $3, $4, $5 million into a fund and not ask about it for the next 2 or 3 years?
I know.
Who would agree most people in America don't qualify that way? What if I could show you how you could participate in that same playground? You could play in the same sandbox as the people that do have millions of dollars to toss. And you don't have to put yourself at that kind of risk. You could be involved in the renewable energy market, and you could participate and profit in renewable energy for less than $20 per month.
Wow.
And I'm going to ask this question in a different way because it's really important. Every one of you raised your hand that you've either been involved with or exposed to home-based business. How many of you have ever seen a company that has, and we're just going to call the term a monthly fee or a monthly auto ship or a monthly expense, that you could be qualified for the top position in the company for less than $20 a month?
That doesn't exist.
Has anyone ever seen that? Because I've been doing this for 20 plus years, I've never seen one.
No.
Doesn't exist.
So who would agree that that's a very, very reasonable dollar amount as far as your investment to get involved in this home-based business?
Yeah.
$19.50.
Oh, yeah.
And if I shared with you that based on what we're talking about here, you could take that $19.50 and turn that into hundreds of dollars per month, thousands of dollars per month, quite frankly, you could turn it into a six-figure residual income based on the opportunity to be at the ground floor and participate in profit in the renewable energy component of deregulation. Who could get excited about that? Well, the CEO of our company, Mr. Kerry Breitbart, has put together an opportunity because he believes that in our country right now, the average person deserves a personal economic recovery, that our country deserves jobs created in the U.S. that can't be outsourced, and with his more than 30 years of very significant successful experience in the energy/oil deregulation, he thinks it's high time that our country become as independent as possible on foreign oil. Who likes the sound of that? He put together a dream team. He picked up the phone and called a 30-year friend of his who actually ran a competitive company. These two gentlemen were titans in the oil business. They're icons in the energy world, running competitive companies, but a mutual respect and friendship endured over those 30 years. So when Mr. Breitbart put this company together, he picked up the phone and he called one of his closest friends and another titan in the energy business, Mr. Kerry Turnbull. And they took a look at what was going on in these infancy stages of deregulation, and they agreed that this was going to be bigger than anything that they'd ever seen. Understand, these two gentlemen both retired, sold their companies for tens of millions of dollars. So I don't know about you, but if someone handed me $10 million or more and said, you're done, I'd end up on a hammock on an island somewhere, and you would not see me starting a new company. Could anybody understand and agree with that mindset? Now that's what makes Mr. Breitbart or Mr. Turnbull different than me. You give me $10 million, I'm going to find a hammock on an island. They, after being retired for a couple of years, said, too young to be retired, let's go find something to do. And they found the deregulation of electricity and natural gas and said, this is going to be bigger than anything that we've done in our careers. They put this company together, they began to go out there and assemble an all-star team of energy experts. I'm not going to spend a lot of time tonight on it, but I'm going to encourage you to go to our website, go to the executive team, and you do your own research on Mr. Kerry Breitbart, Mr. Kerry Turnbull, Mr. Bill Kinnery, Mr. Taft Shamler. This all-star team that was put together has been recognized. The company is not even 2 years old. Would you guys agree that's an infant in the world of business?
Yeah.
Very successful company, very stable company. We'll do in the neighborhood of 130, 140, 150 million dollars in business by the end of their second year. Who would agree that's a pretty successful 2-year-old company? But more importantly than that, this company got a validation that I can't even begin to express how powerful it is. In 20 plus years in this industry, I have never seen Forbes magazine name a home-based business as one of its most promising companies in the United States of America. North American Power was named the 57th most promising company on Forbes' list of companies in the United States of America. Would agree with that? Who would agree with me that Forbes probably did a little research? And I'm not saying this to be funny, guys, because people say, I'm going to do my research. I say, good. Go do your research. The harder you dig, the more you look at North American Power, the better we're going to appear to you. Does that make sense? Because we're that good. But the truth is, who feels that they've got a better ability to research a company than Forbes? If you want to talk about the pinnacle of financial, is Forbes magazine not the top of that food chain? Well, again, I've never seen Forbes ever endorse or validate another home-based business the way they did our company by naming us number 57. And I only say that to you because I know there's always folks saying, you know, what makes this company so good? What makes you think you're going to this? Well, I already told you the people running the show, right? Mr. Kerry Breitbart's a visionary. He's already proven to be able to see stuff before anybody else. And what he's about to unveil, what he's allowing me to share with you right now with North American Power's American Wind product, is a chance for every single person around the country to position themselves behind a cause. Now, when I say renewable energy, what is the one thing that everyone on the planet knows is a positive benefit of renewable energy? It's good for the environment. So, is good for the environment a big deal right now in our country?
Sure.
So, the automatic is renewable energy and American wind, which is wind power, is going to be great for the planet. Is that pretty cool? Could you guys get excited about being involved with a successful company that's doing good to clean up the planet? Is energy independence great for our country?
Yes.
Job creation in the United States, great for our country? More importantly, a personal economic recovery for the average person. See, what I want you guys to understand right now is what I'm about to put on the board is the answer to all those problems. It's the solution to our environmental problems. It's the solution to energy independence. It's the solution to jobs created in the U.S. And it's the solution to every person that hits their knees every night saying, I need help. Somebody give me a chance. Who's ever been waiting for that knock on the door, opportunity to start knocking? Guys, understand right now, it is pounding on your door, and all we want you to do is, remember we talked about Google? Is here enough tonight to see what's happening and to position yourself. But what I want you to remember is we are behind the strongest cause that I have ever been fortunate enough to be a part of in 20 plus years in this industry. And what I'm going to share with you right now is how you can position yourself. You can go out there and get started in business. Now again, can we agree $19.50 is a reasonable cost to start a business?
Sure.
I mean, to put this bluntly, guys, there are companies that charge $300, $400, $500, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to get involved, and then actually have the audacity to charge you $20 a month for a website. Or more. But I say $20, and the audacity is it's not costing them $20. Why are they charging the reps $20? Because they can. Well, what I want you to understand is you get started with North American Power, you purchase American Wind, which is a renewable energy certificate for $19.50, you're in business, you don't have additional charges. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So your cost is what?
$19.50.
$19.50. And what we want you to do is go out there and share the American Wind opportunity with other folks. Now, if you wanted to, how many of you guys know a lazy person, first of all? If you don't raise your hand, I'll know that I see one. Okay, so if someone's lazy, it doesn't matter. You could hand them a gold brick, they'll drop it on their foot and complain that their toe's broken, right? So if someone's lazy, we can't fix lazy. We can't fix lazy. But if somebody truly said, I'm looking for an opportunity, I really, really want to make this thing work. I really need an opportunity. Could we go out there and find somebody who would be willing to share this opportunity with 10 other people?
Sure.
10 other people that say, I'm looking for an opportunity. But let's be blunt. How many of you in this room would love, even if you were not within the footprint, to have your electric bill paid for by energy deregulation?
Sure.
Think about it. You live in Arizona, you live in Utah, you live in California. You don't have the freedom to choose. You do not have the ability to choose who your electricity provider is. You have no opportunity to save money, but you can participate in energy deregulation, right?
Right. Yes.
Using the renewable component, and by starting this business, get paid from North American Power and have it knock out your electrical. Who'd be excited about that?
Yeah.